Thank you for joining me for the Me and White Supremacy virtual pilgrimage. My name is the Reverend John Borthwick, and I'm the minister here at St. Andrews, and I've invited my congregation to join me on a conversation around Layla Saad's work, Me and White Supremacy. As we approach this week's work and question on optical allyship, my own personal reflection is that this particular thing that I've been doing, I've wondered from time to time if it would be perceived as some kind of optical allyship. I'm trying to be genuine in my work of doing the work. I'm trying to be genuine in giving serious consideration to what I understand to be an attempt to move towards allyship. I have an understanding that allyship is only really something that can be embraced by the other, not something that I can say that I am defining myself as. But I'm trying to do that work of understanding better and further and deeper and wider all sort of the various aspects around working towards and being someone who is confronting and excavating and all those things that Layla talks about in her book around these issues around anti-racism. To be someone who can think through, look at, and understand better all the different ways in which one does this work. Now, she uses a couple of terms that we might want to have a better sense of. So she talks about performative allyship or ally theater or this optical allyship. And for those who don't fully understand it, it's really defined this way. And this is what she says in the book. Allyship that only serves at the surface level to platform the ally. It makes a statement, but doesn't go beneath the surface and is not aimed at breaking away from the systems of power that oppress us. That's a definition that comes from Latham Thomas, the author and founder of Mama Glow, a premier maternity lifestyle brand. As I think about optical allyship, I'm aware of the various things that she talks about, how it shows up. That sometimes, we use hashtags or we change something on our social media to say that we're somehow allied with something. We might invite somebody to participate in something as a way of sort of performing, look, we brought someone from BIPOC, and so we're woke, we're some people who are aware, we're doing those kinds of things. I try to be someone who's not doing that to perform, who's not doing that to try and make people look at me of what I'm doing, but to actually do the work and to engage the community that I serve in doing the work of understanding a bit better about how we live in a certain kind of system, how that system benefits some and disadvantages others, leaves some people in the margins and allows others to be center stage. And so as I invite people into the space that we have here at St. Andrews, I'm hoping that I'm doing that in a way that is valuing the work, the knowledge, the wisdom that they bring, that it isn't just a one-off experience. One of the formative things I've heard over the last couple of years is, if you want to get into this anti-racism work, please don't just dabble in it. And so often in the world that I occupy and in the church, we're the kind of people who might do something for a very brief time and then not do anything afterwards. It's like, oh yeah, we did that. We had that campaign. We did that little project. We highlighted that thing. And so I'm constantly thinking through seriously, how do we keep our spotlight on the issues that are important? How do we keep moving towards, even though it's hard, the ideas of how do we transform the world that we're living in and, in that aspirational way, leave it in a better state than we found it? How do we do this and have integrity? How do we do this in a way that isn't about us, but is really about changing the world around us for the better? And so I really appreciate in today's reading the ways in which Layla is connecting us to looking at allyship, and that's been a theme certainly throughout these last number of weeks, looking at it around how you personally are benefiting from it as you try to do stuff, and you're not, engaging in the things that we've talked about already. It's not just about tokenism. It's not about, you personally are going to save people. It's not white saviorism. And so I want to just leave us with this notion of, if we want to be a good ally, for example, we need to really do the work. And that's what this is. That's what this platform is. Read the book, engage with the material, ask yourself the questions. And then maybe you can begin the process of doing more work and connecting around anti-racism and trying to change the world that you interact with, but not in a way that's going to further marginalize somebody else or just be a token kind of thing or a passing fancy, but something that you're going to dedicate your life to as you continue this journey of life lived among the systems, among the culture that we live in. So here's to doing the work that's not easy, but is something that needs to be done, and we are happy to do it. Thank you.